The Prentice Alsop Heating and Air Coaches Corner, fueled by Donut Country and McDonald's Murfreesboro on FM 101.9 and AM 1450 Murfreesboro, FM 100.5 Smyrna, and streaming at WGNSSports.com.
And good morning. John Ding is back with you, and this portion of the Coaches Show is brought to you by Edward Jones Financial Advisor Lee Colvin, who will work with you to develop a complete, tailored strategy to help you achieve your financial goals. That's Edward Jones Financial Advisor Lee Colvin. And welcome here on the show is head coach Chris Lynch of the Lady Eagles of Eagleville. And Chris, I know disappointing loss last night. I know in the region to a pretty good Cornersville team, but you guys were in that game. Gosh, it was so close right up to the end.
Yeah, we got in foul trouble, and we had a lead few minutes before half, and Mia Thompson picked up her second, and I took her out, and they, made a pretty good run right there before half. We went in halftime down one, and, late in the game we had several foul out, and they hit all but two of their free throws in the game. I think they were 16 of 18.
Wow.
And, they haven't been a strong three-point shooting team all year, and they came out and hit 8 in the first half, started the game with 4 straight threes. So, you kind of alter your game plan around. They had a really good post player and 2 good post players. One of them is really good, and we put a lot of attention on her, and, their outside shooter stepped up and made some shots. So, it made it tough on us.
Can I say it's been a wacky year, kind of? I know you probably haven't experienced one like this one, and you got a little, and as you normally do at the end of the year, you started getting some big wins and some key wins, and got to the region, but it's just been really wacky. I know the injuries, we've talked about that before, and the bench got a little depleted, and then I know you brought up some 8th graders to kind of help out a little bit too, just to have numbers, I guess, really.
Yeah, we did, and it really was a weird season with, and I know we've talked about the injuries, but having more than I've had, I'd say in 10 years combined at least, made it tough, and it also made it where everybody had to step up a little bit, and we just had a cold night shooting. We had some uncharacteristic turnovers, some unforced turnovers, and that hurt us too. But I was real proud of the girls. One of our main objectives was to hold the 2 post players in check, and they had 14 combined points, and we really held our own on the boards. And I thought Riley Warbritton rebounded really well. And, Mia Thompson, she played I guess just for her, an average game, but an average game for her is, she's really tough. She gets steals, she gets rebounds, she scores points. And just couldn't say enough about her effort last night. I thought she got, a couple foul calls that looked like phantom fouls to me, and she hadn't fouled out, I don't believe, all year, and she fouls out in this game. Just real unfortunate for her.
Let's talk about the seniors a little bit too, because I know it's disappointing for them. I know their season is over, but and you talked about Mia, and she is a battler. I mean, she knows no fear, and she'll go up against anybody even bigger, a lot bigger than she is. And she's been so good for you over the years. And then we talk about Brinley, and who battled some injuries herself this year, and just did a really super job this year, and kind of got things rolling again a little bit for you. But I know they're going to be missed. And Riley, I just go on. I can't name them all, but I know you may want to talk a little bit about them, because they've had a great career at Eagleville.
Right. Mia, like I just talked about her, that's night in, night out, just a true competitor. And she loves the game, and she plays hard. She's gonna do all the phases of the game. She's gonna rebound. She's gonna make passes. She's gonna play defense. She's going to hustle. She's going to, score. She's going to hit threes. She's going to drive to the basket. She just does all the things and goes about it quietly and, just a competitor. And then, you have Brindley, and they've played together for a long time. And, Brindley, great outside shooter. And since she came back, she had several 20-point games. And, they face guarded her last night, and she still scored 13. They face guarded Mia, too, and she had 14. And, and like I said earlier, Riley Warburton, she's just a beast around the basket and great rebounder. And then our point guard, Jules Weiss, she's been tough all season. She stepped up and took a charge last night. And it was a full speed. Girls running full speed, and she slid over and took one from that big post player. And she's, just a tough player. And Aubrey Merritt came in. She's been coming off the bench some this year and just plays a real vital role. She's a hustler and real smart, understands everything that we do. And and you got, naming them off here, let's see, got Mia, Brindley, Riley, Jules, Aubrey, and then Sarah Marshall, who's been hurt for, a couple years and had several knee injuries. And, she stuck around kind of like in a manager role. And she's been real good for us and always around and real helpful too. So that's my 6 seniors, and, going to miss them.
Chris, you did really well considering you didn't have any notes in front of you. That was pretty good, remembering all of them.
Sometimes when you start listing, you're like, uh-oh.
Yeah, I understand. So it's regardless of all the injuries and some of the things that happened, I think it was a really good year, and those girls stuck together. And then you had some young ones come up and help out a little bit too. And you're going to be pretty young next year a little bit. I think it's going to be kind of a little different for you, but you do have some girls that have had some experience this year playing, so it's not like the well is dry by any stretch of the imagination.
Right.
Go
ahead.
No, you're good. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was just real proud of the girls this year. Great group of girls, and hate to see it end, but it ends sometime. And this is probably one of the most difficult schedules that we've ever played. And so, we won some games and we had some tough losses, but that's the way it goes sometimes. So
it'll be a little bit. I guess the summer, and you'll probably get going back in action. I guess June probably is when you'll get back starting.
Yeah, we'll do some spring workouts and stuff like that. Have some open gyms, things like that, and then get fired up with team stuff. So,
well, I've got to say, and this is personal, but I sat in the stands, and I don't even know if you knew I was there, but I'm not going to miss my grandkid, but sitting there is quite an experience with Eagleville, and I think I really became one of them. I missed some games on the radio, but I wanted to do that, and I went to every home game, and I was just enveloped with friends and family and things like that, and it's a great experience to go to a game at Eagleville.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
It's a great experience to go to Eagleville games, and I went to several of them this year, and to watch, of course, my granddaughter. But it's kind of just the family and friends that are there at Eagleville, and you get there and you just become part of it. It's just amazing, and and to be rooting for them and that kind of thing. It's just an amazing experience, and you don't get that everywhere. And the bigger schools, it's a little bit more. A little difficult to get that feeling that you get like going to an Eagleville game.
Right. All our crowds are always, I thought we had more people there last night than they did. And, it's a good feeling to play in front of your community, and they support you. And, they have to be proud of the girls. I think they represent Eagleville well. Even though we didn't get the win last night, I'm still proud of it.
Yeah, you do. You guys travel well, and thinking about next year, I know you're going to have. It's going to be several juniors that are going to be playing, and then you've got a freshman group, and then like you said, some even eighth graders that are going to be freshmen. So I think the future looks pretty good, if I can say that. I mean, it looks like, and you've been able to get them some experience, which is not always easy to do when you've got a lot of seniors.
Right.
Let's talk a little bit about. I know the summer program. I've been witness to that. That's about what. That's like right there's a dead period. Then you guys come back and play some games, some scrimmages.
Yeah, we'll play. The first 3 weeks of June, you get 10 days of team camp, and that's where we'll get everybody and see what they can do and try to give everybody a chance.
That's a really good time of year. That's a lot of fun. There's not a lot of pressure, and but you get a really good long look at them. I think that's a good thing.
Right.
Where will you be now? You'll take it easy. They go to the weight room at all or anything after the season? Will they do any of that?
2 week dead period where we do nothing, and then then we'll get fired up. Probably, I don't know if we'll do much weightlifting in the spring.
Mm-hmm.
So
I guess some of them just take a little time off, right? Just a little bit.
I like them to take a little time off. Several will start AAU and travel ball and stuff like that, but we'll pick up mostly in the summer.
And you got to get healthy. I'm rooting for one to get healthy, and I know another one. There's two or three.
We've got a bunch that need to get healthy, but I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah, and then Ashton the two, and I don't know. I think Ashton would play tomorrow if she could. So I know. She's yeah.
Several injuries.
Yeah, and so it's going to be a little different for you, but I think it's going to be an exciting time. And you've got some young ones coming up too that look pretty exciting as well. So I'm looking forward to that. What will you do now? Just getting off the subject a little bit. What will you do now in the next 2 or 3 weeks? Take a vacation? I know you can't, but
no,
get away from the game a little bit.
Just I'll probably watch our boys and cheer them on. They're number one in the state right now, and they're rolling pretty good. So probably just enjoy watching them some.
I really think, Chris, they've got a shot. They do. And they're fun to watch too. But again, I don't know if you heard this part. I think when you got distracted a little bit, but it is you just feel a part of family when you go there. Even if you don't even think you are, you're in the family when you go to a game. And I put on an Eagleville cap, and I'm not a radio guy anymore. I'm just another fan. But the experience is great, and you've got great fan base, and I'm looking forward to next year. And good luck, and I'll see you sometime this summer, I guess.
Yeah, I'm sure I'll see you all around. You asked what I'd be doing. I'm actually playing an Incredible tournament today. So,
are you actually playing? Are you actually playing?
I might be actually playing and standing on first.
Oh my! Hey, this interview went a lot better than I thought. Then I didn't know all of that. You're multitasking, Chris. That's what you're doing.
I'm trying. I know people are looking at me like, "What's he doing?"
All right. Well, I'm going to let you. I'm going to let you go. But appreciate what you've done for the girls and my granddaughter particularly. Appreciate you, and good luck in the game today. Don't get tagged out.
Let's just don't get hurt.
Yeah, there you go. That's the code word.
Right.
All right, Chris, thank you very much. That's Chris Lynch, the head coach of the Eagleville Eagles. This portion of the show brought to you by Lascassas Feed Supply, locally owned and operated by Coy and Jennifer Young, specializing in animal feeds, premium pet foods, farm supplies, and more. And we'll continue with more of the Prentice Allsup Heating and Air Coach's Corner right after this timeout. You've heard people say, you know your work by your name, but there's no better name for residential and business concrete work than Dan France Concrete. From basic slabs to decorative stamping, for your next concrete project, call Dan France Concrete, 615-642-5152.
This is Dan with Dan France Concrete, wishing all Rutherford County student athletes a great season. Study hard, play harder, and be safe.
Trust me, Dan is committed to the community and will offer you a great product. He'll stand behind his work and make sure you're satisfied with every aspect of the work. Dan France Concrete.
Murfreesboro residents, did you know our city could receive $170